So apologies for missing some time again. I did catch you guys on Sunday live in the chat, and I don't do this very often, but I'm going to take up for Big G and Tate here. And you're talking about the Ohio State Buckeyes versus the Tennessee Vols. Ma was arguing that it does get just as cold in Knoxville, Tennessee, as it does in Columbus, Ohio. So I did a little research. That game last weekend for Tennessee was their coldest game time weather in 72 years. The last time was in November 22nd, 1952 against Kentucky in Knoxville. It was 18 degrees. It was 24 degrees in Columbus at kickoff.
I don't have a clue.
You guys were right. Mod needs to be corrected on that one.
You don't have a clue, bro. That's that SEC bias.
It was. It definitely was.
That SEC, everything in Texas is supposed to be better.
I know the show is called The Know-It-Alls, but my need to know more.
Well, I just felt like I needed to start G off on a good note. You know what I mean? Give him something, give him a little bit of, he was right, and start him off on a good note, because I know there's some negativity coming out right now. So I just wanted to start it on a good note. It's the holiday season.
Freaky Friday forecast brought to you by Big G.
It don't matter, man. It don't matter. Listen, man, I know we're going to get into it, but, man, I'm calling cap on the Steelers tonight, dog, with a lot of stuff.
Oh, is that the big cap?
Let's shout out everybody in the live chat.
I see Swoozy, Afton, Tim Lyons, Jay Steed, Dennis Pavlock, the Quad Father,
Felicia,
Corey Brown,
Craig Werlow,
Barham, Running Through the Jungle.
Yep, you got him.
Felicia, yeah, that's who's over there as of right now.
Ronald Blake.
Mother of Afton.
Hi, Felicia.
Valley Floor.
Hey, Felicia. Tom Desenberger. Corey Brown, Quad Father. Running Through the Jungle. Big G. Yeah, that's like everybody that's commented thus far.
Valley Ford just jumped in.
Right through the jungle over there.
Booby jumped in too.
Right through the
Gerald
jungle.
Aubrey jumped in.
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, bro.
What's up, Boo?
Single salutes, please.
Danny Owens. Danny Owens ever been on the show before?
I've seen Danny O before. Pretty sure.
Yeah. I've never seen him.
What's up, Danny O? I know. Hey, man, this is not your first time, is it? But if it is, welcome, man. Welcome to the homies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, welcome regardless.
Facts.
Yeah. So, B-Dirt, what did you say the coldest temperature was Tennessee had played in before?
The last time it was below the temperature they played against Ohio State was in 1952. It was 18 degrees.
18.
So they don't play in cold weather like that. And that's an interesting listen, I know this is probably an overtime subject, but I wanted to start with a cold open to fluff up Big G's ego a little bit.
Freaky Friday.
Hey now. So that was just one of those things where those SEC teams and those teams that are playing down south, they're not used to coming north in December, man. It's going to create some interesting things in these especially a first round matchup.
Be there, but what have we been telling him all along?
Yeah,
we've been telling him that for almost a whole year. We said when the playoffs was going to start, when the South teams that is 60 and 70 degrees got to come north and face that hawk, they ain't going to be ready to go.
Yeah.
And it happened. It just like we said, SMU got punished.
Well, and you see it happen with, NFL players, college players coming to the NFL. They're going to Buffalo or going to here, you see that happen with their first couple games or as they get acclimated to that weather.
Yeah.
Like it's just a different thing, man.
Yeah. Your body got to change. And in college, they ain't got enough time to prepare.
Just gotta get used to it. Yeah, 20 hours, man.
Yeah.
Well, not even that. They don't never play in it. They always stop in November, so they don't never
That's
play.
facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. But it's been what I've been crying forever. It's been a disadvantage for us to have to go south and play in the bowl games because our whole body's got to change. For like you're used to, it's freezing cold up here, and then you got to go south and play in the bowl game, bro. You're exhausted by the middle of the first quarter. You're exhausted. You can't breathe because you're not used to it. That makes a big difference, man. A huge
Bread. Bread.
What you said?
It's about money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bread.
People don't want to go to a destination to Cleveland, Ohio. They don't want to go to a destination to Detroit unless it's inside. But they do play bowls indoors, so that's kind of
Hey,
easy.
Detroit got the best bowl game so far.
Yeah. And Cleveland get an indoor stadium.
That Toledo versus Pitt game, 6 overtimes. Woo.
Yeah.
And Cleveland get a brand new indoor. Brand new indoor stadium.
Hey, we're doing the wrong show, man. We're doing the wrong show. We gotta go to break, give these people what they want.
That's facts.
You're right. So big.
I thought I was at the wrong place. My bad.
At the wrong time.
You just early. You're not used to that. That's all that was.
Yeah. I'm gonna come back at the NFL time. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here.
All right, man. We're about to take a quick break. If you're watching in the live chat, you know how it go. We're not going anywhere. We're gonna take a quick pause for the calls. What's up to the homie, Mr. Governor, Claude Bishop? What's up, Claude?
Claude, an apology. I'm gonna talk. I'll get to it later on.
Wait, before you apologize to him, let's do it one time for Claude and the culture. Hit that matrix, Claude. So when
you
you
say
do
for
hit
Claude and the culture?
For Claude and the culture.
Oh, that's great.
Man. So we're about to go ahead and take a quick break. We're not going anywhere. We'll be right back after this. And we're back on a homies Friday night. I'm your boy Tate in the building with the homie B Dirt. B Dirt, what's happening?
Just enjoying the holidays.
Did you pick out a venue?
We in fact did. Yes.
Okay.
So gonna be in South Carolina.
So I can plan on flying to the same destination.
That's correct. That's correct. And you're gonna be getting the official invitation soon. We did a pretty good deal with the hotels, the everything's pretty awesome. I'm very, very happy. And to no surprise to any of you gentlemen, and probably very few of our listeners, Jess did most of the legwork and did an amazing job with her and her friend Wendy.
What?
Yeah.
That is zero surprise.
Yeah.
It's her day, man. She got to shine, man. She got to shine. It's her day.
And she doing.
What's up with you, man? You in the Wendy, you in the A. What you looking like?
I'm at home. I'm in Chicago. That's exactly what I'm looking like. I did not. No, it's 50 degrees. Very warm. Very warm. Be putting something on the grill tomorrow, man. You sliding?
I wish I could.
That's a hell of a run, Pay.
Yeah. We putting something on the grill. I'm gonna put to use all that coal I got for Christmas.
Okay. And the one, the only, the big fella, little homie, Mr. Algorithm. And tonight, Mr. Rent in the building, Big G. What's up, Big G?
What's cracking? I'm going to tell some truth tonight, man. That's all I'm going to say. When we get to the segues and the segments, I'm going to tell some truth. And some of y'all Steelers fans ain't going to like me after the night. Some of y'all ain't going to like me, and I don't care. I don't even care. Because you listen, we can't it's insane to keep doing the same thing. It's insane. And that all 22 film, Lord have mercy. Lord, it's bad, y'all. It's bad. It's worse than Philadelphia all 22 film. It's worse. I watched it, and it's horrible.
Hey, man, let's go ahead and talk about some AFC North news real quick. Then we'll get into the standings, potential playoff matchups, and stuff like that. And we're going to try and get out of here about 10 minutes early so we can jump on over to overtime. So going on around the North? So it says Lamar's MVP stock has risen. Will we agree with that?
He should win it.
I thought it was already there.
He should win
He
it.
had failed.
He had failed.
Yeah, around the bye week, he had failed to third, behind Saquon and Josh Allen. Josh Allen was on a heater.
I agree.
So was Saquon. So that was to be expected. And now Lamar's on a heater. So expected the money's flowing in for Lamar.
Yeah, I got to agree with Pay. Lamar was weeks 1 through 8. Then he kind of took a little nosedive.
Even with the nosedive, the overall numbers after Josh Allen's heater, Lamar still had better numbers overall than Josh Allen. But Josh Allen was getting all the press.
Baltimore's won 13 games, all right. 12.
Baltimore has won 10, 11, or 11.
I mean Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo's 12-2.
Yeah, so I think that has something to do with Josh Allen.
And they have the most important win of the season.
The only one against Kansas City.
There you go.
Buffalo's 12-3. They also have, I think there's a little bit of voter fatigue when we see this in the NBA a lot. Like LeBron James had, MVP voter fatigue. I think there's a little bit of that going on with Lamar too. He's won 2, even though both of those seasons weren't as good as this season.
You're right, and I'll say this: we can talk about this real quick on overtime. LeBron should have 7 MVPs at minimum. But so checking in, this Big G, this coming to you, or I'm shooting it over to you.
Yeah, you already know. Diddy.
Was it?
Yep.
All right, man. Let me go ahead and
no Diddy. You got to chill.
Yeah, man. I owed it to myself. But the Steelers want to extend Russ per Adam Schefter, man. Do we, as Steeler fans, what do you think about that? What do you want in that regard?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We've seen the best of Russell Wilson. It's time for him to go. He's not going to improve. He's leaning towards the wash side. Now, people can be fanboys and all the other stuff that goes on with Russie. Watch the film. Watch the film. Look at how he plays. Look at his inability to escape the pocket. Look at his ability to hold on to the ball too long. Wide open.
He had 42 yards rushing against Kansas City.
Bro, I wouldn't care if he had 142. He holds on to the
he
ball
says
too long.
To escape the pocket, but we gonna come back to all that.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Super chat.
Let me pull it up. Who's it from? Big G, you pull up super chats?
Yep, I got it. Let me see. Come on, man. The computer acting up. Hold on. I got it. Keep talking, y'all.
So the super chat is from Luke Cage. Shout out to the homies. Salute to the homies. Big G. This is directed to you. If Justin is good to go, do we give him a lot of run to see what he got with him? So you can see what you have with him, since Russ seems to be struggling a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. If Justin's 100% healthy,
I've been calling for that for 2 weeks. But Justin got his abdominal strain or whatever, abdominal strain.
Yeah, listen, they got to do some sort of wild packages for Justin, because he's got to get 2 catches in the next 2 games, or Big G got to do 25 push-ups.
No, they got 1 game left.
Oh, one game. Oh,
it ain't happening. But I mean, I can care less about that.
Catch 2 passes against the Bengals, or we're getting 25.
If he's not playing quarterback, he better throw it to himself.
He could get batted. He could get one batted in the air and catch it. He could do that. But listen, I gotta be honest with you. Pay, I think that's the best bet ever made on the show.
Just you wait, Beater.
It don't matter. It don't matter. He owe me 2.5 hours of corner time. So while I'm doing the push-ups, he ain't gonna see the screen no way, because he gonna be in the corner. So it don't even matter. It don't even matter.
I am going to hear my payment. Just you wait. Just you wait. B-Dirt, we talked about this.
B Dirt wasn't on every show that you bet, and I believe me when I'm telling you, I got the tape pulled up.
I'm telling you.
Have the Bears won another game? Pay that's
Nope.
corner time.
Nope.
Is Caleb Williams going to win Rookie of the Year?
Nope.
That's 2 hours. So what are we talking about? I got 2 hours right now.
They got swept by division too, right?
And they got one
s-
more game to go, and they're gonna get swept by the division. That's another 45 minutes. So,
And let me
so
ta-
you
let-
ain't
and
gonna
let
see
me-
no push up. Trust
And
me.
let me, G, I can do 2 hours facing the wall, turn around, you'll still be doing push-ups. Don't
That's
even,
fine.
don't even
That's
trip.
fine. That's fine. You ain't gonna see
Don't
it for
even
multiple shows. So you might as well get ready for the corner. You might as well get ready.
I could take 3 weeks off and you'll still be in that 25. Trust me.
Yeah, that's fine. But you're gonna be in the corner, so it don't matter.
I'm
It
going
don't
to
matter.
see it.
No, you ain't going to because you're gonna be in the corner.
I just told you, G. You go unless you get an assist, you're gonna be down there until I come back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're gonna owe 15. Big G, you owe 15 minutes, 5 to each of us, because the Cowboys got over 6 wins. You're gonna owe 15 minutes unless Chop Robinson get about 4 or 5 sacks in the next.
No, Chop's ahead of Herbig.
Well, yeah, but you bet 15 he'd have over 10 sacks.
I bet Tate head up. The bet was Tate head up.
I
between
got
me and
it
Herbig.
on August 16th at the 55-minute mark. You bet Big G bet Tate Chop Robinson will have over 10 sacks, 15 minutes quarter time. Then the following one at 1 hour, Herbig will have more sacks than Chop Robinson. It was a $20 bet, no corner time.
And that
Tate
got
only
to
20.
be close.
No, he got him. He got him by 2. With 1 to play.
Okay. We'll see what Herbig does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing no push with no corner time. I don't mind paying $20.
I understand.
Well, I think if I'm honest here, Tate, for that like 1 month run of those bets, I think you're going to win the 15 minutes corner time, and then I think you're going to give it back to him on. Oh, just had it. Hold on a second. The receipt book's getting a little thick these days. Oh, he bet you Boise State and Oregon. He had Boise State plus 7.5, and they kept it inside of that.
Even money. Even money.
Yes, it's the receipt book, my friends. It's a real thing.
Tate, you getting
Find
fined
him,
all over the
find
place,
him.
bro.
Yeah, it's got the the receipts and then we got the receipt board over here. We haven't got the board out in a while. I'm gonna have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So, all right, finishing up around the north. Joe Burrow, if they make the playoffs, B-Dirt, does he have a chance at MVP?
Oh,
I don't think it should matter if it's because they make the playoffs or not. If they miss it by 1 game of somebody losing or something along those lines, he has to have an excellent 2 games. He's got to outplay Lamar Jackson the final 2 weeks of the season, leading them into the position where they either sneak in the back door of the playoffs, or have that opportunity. He has a chance. He's got a puncher's chance. I don't know. I mean, when you look at their numbers, they're pretty spot on. Except, Lamar does have a better passer rating. So it's very close. He's got to outplay him the next 2 weeks to even have a shot at it.
Okay. So what? I know the Bengals need to win out, but what do they need to do? Who do they need help from?
So this is something I wanted to talk about here, because listening to you guys do shows here and whatever, I just wanted to explain the word ignorant means lacking knowledge, information, or awareness about a particular thing.
Facts.
Big G, stop talking about the Bengals.
What you talking about?
You ain't got no information. You said they were mathematically eliminated, when in fact they're not. The Broncos have to lose both games out. Now, the Steelers kind of screwed the pooch for us because they lost. The Chiefs needed to really lose that game, so they had something to play for. So thanks for nothing there. So the Broncos got to lose both those games, which I don't think is going to happen. And then the Colts would have to lose one game.
Who do the Broncos play last? They play the Bengals this week.
They played the Chiefs last, who won't have anything to play.
Nothing to play for.
Correct. They don't. They've got it all locked up. Their number one spot's locked up. But the Colts need to lose, and the Dolphins need to lose one of the last two.
Ain't none of that stuff happening. The Bengals is out of here.
Which, if you watch, which you don't, Run Through the Jungle, 6 weeks ago I said we didn't have any business talking about the playoffs. Stop it. We don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Period. End of story.
But they're not
mathematically eliminated, like Big G said. Also, he said T. Higgins is gone, which, rewind it, I said T. Higgins was gone originally. I also said that I would have traded T. Higgins before the deadline this season because of the way we were playing and whatever.
That you would have been smart because he's gone.
But he's not. So I want to tell you some things that have happened since you probably last looked at it. So he fired David Mulligetta. You probably remember David Mulligetta because he's the one that had our safety leave for Atlanta. So he fired him for Rocky Arsenault. That is, or Arsenault, excuse me. That's Jamar Chase's agent. When asked about it, Jamar Chase said, I just told him we stuck for life now. He was asked, does this increase the chances of T re-signing with the Bengals? He goes, there's a possibility that's a chance. Then Burrow was asked to comment on T. Higgins. He said, I'm confident that I think we're going to be able to do what it takes to bring T back. I know that I'm going to do whatever it takes to get him back, and so is he. So they're doing everything they can to try to get this re-signed. They started talking about how they're looking at the overall pie of the money situation is playing chess, not checkers. That's coming from Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Joe Burrow, not from ownership. So they're trying to get it to make it work. Will they? I don't know. I still think it's going to be hard, but it's possible. So he ain't gone.
How much can they franchise tag him again?
They can, but I mean, I wouldn't do that. If they do, then he'll never come back.
That's the only way they're going to keep him.
I'm telling you, he left his agent for another agent because he wants to try and get this done.
So how much more money would Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have to give up to get him?
None.
So you bankrupt the franchise by signing T. Higgins because you can't get no other free agents.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, if you look at when the money hits for each one of these guys and when – because you got to remember, T's money would hit next year.
Facts.
But Jamar Chase's real money wouldn't hit until after his fifth-year option. And next year will be year 4. So his real money won't hit for 2 more. So when you look at how the money's going up for the league, right? Mm-hmm. The salary cap's going up. They're spaced out every 2 years if they give T his money next year, and then Jamar would get his money in 2 years.
So, but if you pay Joe Burrow's money is Joe Burrow's money. If you pay T. Higgins,
Joe Burrow's a bargain in 2 years.
Correct. But if you pay T. Higgins big bread next season, how do you have the money available to pay Jamar the next season? Because Joe Burrow's money ain't going nowhere.
But it's $50 million. How does Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, all those guys stay together? They're paying all those guys. The money's there. When you're talking about 265, 285, it's going to be $300 million salary cap by the time the money goes to Jamar.
What the Eagles ain't gonna be able to pay everybody next year. It's over with because they got Saquon on the books now. So in order to keep Saquon, they ain't gonna be able to do it.
Saquon only make $12 million a year. He's running back.
Till next year.
No, he signed a 3-year, $39 million a year.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna be able to pay them all, bro. Somebody out of there.
And,
Smith, AJ Brown.
And they're rolling over $10 million from the cap this year.
$27 million a year. AJ Brown make 30, so between them, they're only paying them $57 million. Between AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
Right, but you got other dudes you got to pay. They got dogs on Philadelphia team, man. You can't pay all.
They're going to have
dudes.
to make some tough business decisions, just like the Patriots used to, just like the Chiefs do. Like if you're good in the NFL, that's what you got to do.
Yeah. But that's why
I'm mad at you,
but it's doable, G.
I'm mad at you, B Dirt. I don't appreciate you coming off the top rope at G for messing up his math. Come on, man.
Well, that's the reason why I had to give him an early win.
You can pay him, but who you gonna sign on defense? That's your problem. Well, you need free agent bread to sign defense.
You're
gonna also have to draft well.
You can spend one full draft all on defense,
and
you
have to draft well
and grow that room.
Hey, listen, I'm preaching to the choir because the Steelers gonna have to do the same thing.
But we're gonna get $12 million back from Rankins. He gonna be gone. We're gonna get $10 million back from I think one of the linebackers, Pratt. I think Pratt comes off the books. So like there's gonna be some money around, and we were under the salary cap. We're gonna have almost $10 million rolling over in the next year from this year. So we're
I think they'll figure it out. My only wonder is the Bengals organization, then they play around too much. I mean, Jamar Chase
should have paid Jamar already.
Yeah, he's
going to end up costing more money.
Yeah, he's a $40 million man now. He was 35.
I said that going into the season.
Okay, so
and I wouldn't have paid T the money. I wouldn't have paid when T was asking for 28. I wouldn't have paid T 28 because of the soft tissue injuries. I don't have a problem with that, but Jamar just gonna cost them more money.
Yeah, and T probably won 32 now.
There, Quafather's got it. Firing Big Lou would be a great start for our defense.
Yeah, we know that he trash, just like our defensive coordinator trash. We understand. They garbage.
Yeah, I'm with Claude on that now, but. Last one far as the North, the Browns restructured Deshaun Watson's deal. Does anybody know any particulars on that?
No, they didn't have any out there as far as the numbers was concerned. Tate,
I didn't see anything leaked yet either. I was looking,
but they fools for doing it though.
That means they're keeping them.
Yeah, they fools. Pay what you always say. NFL a copycat league. They done already been shown the way. Cut him and move on, man. Cut him. You think they're gonna pay him all that bread and draft a rookie quarterback and have the rookie quarterback sitting on the bench? No,
they're not saying they should have done what the Broncos did.
Get him out of there, bro. Get him out of there.
Pay his salary and let him walk.
Okay, so according to the athletic.com, the best resource for sports news, the restructured deal does not reduce Watson's pay or change his salary structure. However, it spreads out the financial impact of the contract. Cleveland still owes Watson $92 million, fully guaranteed for the 2025 and 2026 seasons, massively overpaid, and his massive cap hits will remain unchanged. But the restructure creates some flexibility by allowing Cleveland to spread dead money over multiple years if Watson remains on the team through 2026, rather than taking one huge cap hit in 2027.
Get him out of there. Get him out of there, man. He got to go, man.
That's not a whole lot. Hey, look, I do want to give a NFC North shout out though. He's only been in it for a cup of coffee, but King Henry, man, rarefied air. 9th running back in the league history to go over 11,000 rushing yards and 100 TDs.
I think him and Adrian Peterson and Walter Payton are the only ones that have over 4 1,500-yard seasons.
That's facts.
I mean, that's just another statistic there.
That's facts.
When you talk about him with Walter Payton,
Barry Sanders,
Adrian Peterson, maybe I don't remember. Barry Sanders played 9 seasons. He probably went over 1,500 more than 4 times. Nobody's done it more than 4. But yeah, King Henry played like he played this year. He could be the first one to go to 5. But yeah, so all right, well, let's jump into the current standings now. We're really looking at the AFC North standings. Then anybody want to comment on anything else? So Big G, the Steelers have lost 3 straight games. They lost to the Ravens, the Eagles, and the Chiefs, all really good teams, but the Steelers haven't looked good at all any of the games. So now you're free to rant the skies.
The Steelers are shooting their normal. Listen, we all know, you Steeler fans, we know what's going to happen. They have 10 days off to prepare. Mike Tomlin's rah-rah message is going to go through the team. He's going to make them try to play with some urgency. The Cincinnati Bengals don't really have a defense, so the Steelers should win that game. In the first round, they'll get the Houston Texans, who has no offensive line, but a serviceable quarterback in C.J. Stroud and Nico. They'll struggle to win, but when they play against Buffalo, when they play against Kansas City, it's adios muchachos. They gone. And they ain't doing nothing but shooting their normal all over again that Mike Tomlin has shot for a normal for the last 10 years.
It's not the normal because they haven't won a playoff game in 7 years. So it's not normal if they win.
One playoff win is you play to get to the chip. I'm not playing to get a playoff game and all
only one team in each conference can do that. So, but what you said was they shooting their normal. The normal for the last 7 years, no playoff win.
So they could lose to Houston. They can lose to Houston.
Wait. Who doesn't have a playoff win in the last 7 years?
Mike Tomlin.
Okay.
Mike Tomlin.
I think it's
no dubs.
Okay.
No dubs.
2017.
The Pittsburgh Steelers
you're right.
Normal, the Pittsburgh Steelers normal is to win between 9 and 11 games every year. Towards the end of the season, you fall apart because we start playing good teams to sit down on film and watch.
They didn't fall apart last year. They had to win the last 3 to get in.
Okay. And then when they got to the playoffs,
that was after a 3-game losing streak. But go on, G.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When they got to the playoffs, they fell apart
against
again.
the Patriots, the Colts, and
the Arizona Cardinals.
All bombs.
But we win between 9 and 11 games, and we don't do what we need to do to put ourselves in position to contend. And it's obvious. And it's a total team. It ain't just Mike Tomlin. The offensive line coach, Myers, is trash. The defensive coordinator, Terrell Austin, is trash. Trade George Pickens. I don't know if Jones could ever play left tackle because his right tackle play is horrible. Dan Moore is out of here. McCormick ain't it. Patrick Queen is not a green dot. Minka, you need to restructure some of that bread because you ain't worth $18 million. There's some stuff going on over there, bro, in Pittsburgh. And it's just the facts. And people don't want to hear. And what I really wonder, has Mike Tomlin's message run dry? Because he's got some dudes on his team to flat out disrespect him, starting number 1 with George Pickens. George Pickens, man, is Tate. Remember I told you when we turned the corner and I said, man, AB is a cancer. And everybody kept saying, nah, you didn't. But a lot of other Steelers people was like, nah. I'm telling you right now, he's a cancer, bro. You got to get him up out of there. Trade him right now because he has lackluster effort, half-ass effort. Y'all should have seen the film. The film was horrible. It was horrible. So he's got to go, dog. This team needs a total revamp. And if you look at what we have for unrestricted free agents going into the offseason, the whole team going to look different next year because they got to make some decisions.
Well, yeah, you got to figure out who's going to play quarterback too.
Yeah, and Russie ain't it. So, I don't know. Russie's not the quarterback. He's not moving forward. He would have to take a massive pay cut for us to re-sign him. And he's not going to do that. He's not going to play for no little bit of money. He's going to want to play. He's going to want his bread. He's going to want a minimum 2 or 3 year contract.
So, Big G, I know you're really in tune with the college football game too. Your crystal ball, do you see come draft time? Is there options in this draft class for quarterback that could fall to the second half of the first round that you think would be solid picks?
No.
So no. It's a following year thing. It's a gap fill and look for the following year.
Yeah. No, there's not. There's 2 quarterbacks in this draft.
What you say in the pump your brakes chat? You had seemingly maybe a good idea. You don't remember what you said?
I don't want him now because I don't watch the film on him now too because I'm doing my college scouting. And I don't. What I told you was Jalen Milroe, and he's not going to work. Jalen Milroe is a one-read quarterback. I've sat down on film because I'm doing advanced scouting for the college game, and I'm watching. He's not there.
Read or run.
Read or run. That's him, and he's not going to work in the Steelers' offense. They would have to change the whole offense completely, and he's not going to fit. He's not going to fit. So you got to. Pittsburgh's got a lot of hard questions, and it starts and ends with Coach T. Is he going to do what he needs to do to bring in a serviceable offensive line coach, a serviceable defensive coordinator, understand that Patrick Queen is not a green dot, get another linebacker, trade George Pickens, and get a number 1 and a number 2 wide receiver, find out if Troy Fautanu is a right tackle for real, and move Jones the year, and Jones is going to prove it. If Jones don't work out, we go back in the draft and get another dude. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
So with everything you saying right now, with all that you said, who's your quarterback?
If you got to go into next year, you give Justin a 2-year deal. You give Justin a 2-year deal, and then go from there.
I agree with that. That part.
Yeah. If he's willing to take it, you give him a 2-year.
I think, and I haven't watched any film. I'm just looking at the team. I think I agree now with Claude, and you said today, Terrell Austin need to change that thing out.
He got to go.
Super chat.
Danny Littlejohn, thanks, Danny, for the $1.99. Cam, Deshaun comments were about who? Dan Moore? I think they're talking about somebody on defense.
I thought that too.
Yeah, I think they're talking about somebody on defense. I mean,
they talking about Patrick Queen. They talking about Patrick Queen.
That's kind of what I was thinking. But it looked like Dante Jackson making a lot of mistakes too.
He does. But he's not. Dante Jackson is still not healthy. So that's the only reason I give him a halfway pass. His hips couldn't turn. If you go back and watch the film, he was having trouble with lateral movement, man. His hips couldn't turn for nothing. But Patrick Queen is out there lost, bro. When I'm telling you he's out there lost, and Steeler fans don't want to hear this. TJ's hurt, y'all. Something wrong with TJ. I don't know what it is, but his get off, he just don't have it. He don't have no burst. He was getting held because he's gonna get held every game. But the what that with a backup tackle playing against Kansas City, yeah, come on, man. So it's issues, bro. But all teams got injuries, so you can't make that excuse. But Patrick Queen, oh my God, it's horrible. Patrick Queen is horrible. Horrible.
I don't think he's horrible. I just think when he's playing with Roquan, he got to just run to the ball. And I agree with you.
Robert said Cam Sutton. Would that be one of the guys they're talking about? Timmy D said it as well.
Oh, well, no, but still, they're talking about somebody on defense, though.
How many snaps did Cam Sutton play? Go back and watch the film.
I don't know, but the Detroit Lions have maybe a little bit of improvement by subtraction there.
No, but Cam Sutton was a good player for the Steelers. And then when I asked him to be a number 1 or number 2 corner, he comes in, plays some safety, plays some nickel. He's fine. He knows the defense. He's fine. But like I said, Dante Jackson again, Burton, I think Patrick Queen is out of position a lot. Those are two people I would say.
KZ was out there getting cooked too.
Brother Man to you. Thank you for the super chat. What
be
happened?
Be dirt. That's bruh man from the 5th floor. Just like Quad Father. That's bruh man from the 5th floor.
Got you. From the 5th floor. Heard. What happens if Russ Wilson balls out in the playoffs? Then what?
Thank you for your services. We'll check you next time. We appreciate you. Thank you. We appreciate your services. We'll catch you next time.
Hey, and I can't say it enough. I've said it several times. I'm a Russ fan. Here's my take on Russ. Russ did what he needed to do when he came in. He won 5 out of 6, but now he's lost 3 straight. Big G said it earlier. I don't know if he's on air or off air. Russ holds the ball too long.
Entirely too long.
He lets the pocket collapse around him. He's a little fella. So he can't see over the pocket. He thinks he has juice that he had back in Seattle that he don't have. He gets clipped and caught from the back a lot. and he puts the ball on the ground. He's not so much throwing as many. He threw a bad interception against Kansas City. He's not as much throwing bad interceptions, but he never really throws bad interceptions. His worst interception here was 13 interceptions.
Hey,
But
Tate,
2-8 last year. Go ahead.
there's a comment right below that super chat I'd like from Robert here. Robert says, trade Big G to the Bengals fans.
Hey, I'm not going to
Robert, do I look like Ryan Poles? You can't fleece me like that. I ain't taking Big G.
I'm not going to the Bengals. I'm telling the truth, Robert, whether you like it or not. I'm telling the truth.
It's your truth, Big G. It's your truth. I mean, you can
watch the film.
You can assess the film. I don't watch any film, but I have confidence in this 10-day break. They get some stuff right. They can win the game against the Bengals, and they can go into the playoffs and win the game and then be ready to compete. I have confidence in that. I'm not one of them ones that just jump off. This is the same team that was 10-3. Yeah, they hit a 3-game losing streak. I'm not saying that's good. They look like they suck. But I think inside that room, inside that building, they'll figure something out to be respectable and potentially win at least one playoff game from a team that was picked to finish last in the division. Payne, you know you're not looking like perplexed.
Who picked the Steelers to finish last?
Everybody, national media, everybody picked to finish last.
If you say so, maybe I don't particularly.
No, that's fact. Live chat.
If you say so, I don't think anybody had the Browns over the Steelers, but
the Browns made the playoffs last year,
and the Steelers did too.
Yeah, but the Browns thought they was coming back also. And the Steelers, no quarterback, Russ, Justin, they're bums. All this. That was the narrative. Now you did pick the Steelers to finish third. You did. But that was the narrative.
That is facts. But bro, listen, the team is digressing. I'm not saying that they won't have a serviceable game against the Bengals, who has a bad defense. I'm not saying that. And they actually, if they line up and play the play the Houston Texans, they should beat them. Houston has no offensive line. They can't protect CJ. So you just get after the quarterback and you win that game.
All you can do is win the games in front of you, Big G, and then take on the next challenge.
Man, see, I'm not.
Danny Lil John, $1.99. Thanks, Danny Lil John. Steelers are due to make a playoff run. Don't panic. I'm completely agreeing with him. When I say run, I mean win a game and then play the next game and compete. Let's look at the current playoff. This is what it is. Let me get Danny's comment out of the way. Thanks, Danny, for the super chat. Okay. So if the playoff would have started today, Pittsburgh would travel to Houston.
Yep.
I think they can beat Houston.
That's it.
Those some good matchups, man. The Bengals are looking to skate in on Denver and get Buffalo. Because that's how that would go, isn't it? Beat her.
Yes.
And Joe Burrow can beat anybody. And the Chargers can beat
Buffalo wants to play.
Up in the air, Big G.
The only two teams that the Steelers can beat in the AFC is Denver and Houston. Everybody else, they'll lose to them as of today. The way that they put on tape.
It's funny. They already beat the Chargers. They already beat Baltimore this year.
Mm-hmm.
This year.
But what they done put on tape the last 3 games, bro, I understand that happened. But I'm telling you, they're not playing that type of football right now. McCormick has hit a wall. He looks like a dancing panda bear. He can't block. He can't pick up anybody. Jones and Moore have digressed. They've gotten worse as it went on. Russie's holding on to the ball and looking at one guy. He's not passing it to nobody else. George Pickens is not playing well. Patrick Queen is not doing good.
Now
that's not the same team.
You gave Dante Jackson a pass for he been injured. Has George Pickens been injured?
George Pickens is a prima donna that needs to be traded.
Has he been injured is my question.
He's healthy now.
Well, Dante Jackson healthy now, ain't he?
I don't know if if you watch Dante Jackson in routes, he can't even run the route.
Hey, Tate,
Pickens out there got half-ass effort, bro.
Pay, was that
Pickens
was
out there
that
with
you?
half-ass
Was
effort.
that
He's
you
trash.
that said that Big G moved the goalpost? You said that before, didn't you, Pay?
I said Big G takes the goalpost out of the ground, puts it over his back, and walks it to the nearest river.
Listen, bro, this team has gotten worse. I'm telling you, it'd be different if I didn't watch the film. It'd be different if I didn't watch film with people that know football, that play NFL football. This team has gotten worse. I'm telling you, they've gotten worse.
Who you watch film with to play NFL football?
Well, how about my boy over there on Steelers Almighty who played in the NFL for 10 years?
You talking about Big B? Okay.
No, Big B never played NFL football. The executive producer, Darren Howard, played 10 years in the NFL.
Oh, okay. Yeah, his boy. He played on the
y'all
practice squad, though, didn't he?
You all
No, he started.
No, I'm saying Big B played on the practice squad.
Yeah.
So
But I'm not going just off of what he say. I'm saying I understand football. I played college football Division I. I understand how it's played. This team has gotten worse. Their offensive line play is horrible. They have gotten progressively worse. You got to tell the truth.
Don't they have two rookies starting and a second-year player that played 7 games last year?
That's all well and fine. They still have gotten worse. The offensive, and I don't know if it's technique being taught, and it better not be, because if Pat Myers is teaching the technique he's teaching Jones and Moore and McCormick, he needs to be fired today.
Okay.
But I'm definitely telling you, they have gotten worse.
Okay.
Pay, have you been keeping track of the pink slips so far that Big G's been handing out? It's a lot.
So far, I'm up to 17. Which number you got?
It
just dawned on me to start trying to tally it. I was hoping that you were looking at it.
Only 2 pink slips I got right now is Terrell Austin and Pat Myers.
Man,
those are pink slips.
Trades are also pink slips.
So Pickens is 3. There's 3.
Cuts are also.
Dan Moore's gone.
Get their ass out of here. That's
Dan Moore's an unrestricted free agent. He's out of here. We're not paying him. Dan Moore's an unrestricted free agent. He's gone. We're not paying him.
I'm going to say it's very close to how many wins you have in the pick so far this year. Very close.
Hey, real.
People ain't going to like it. I don't care. I'm telling the truth.
I think you're dancing around the real issue here, but go on, Tate.
Well, what's the real issue, Pay? Real quick.
I mean, a lot of people want to talk about the guy in charge, the HNIC. Another late season crumble. It can't always be the players, right?
Man, you can't get him. You can't get him in Chicago. You better go ahead and take Pete Carroll and roll.
I said a lot of people, not me. I'm not interested in old coaches.
That is fact. That is facts. A lot of Steeler Nation is calling for Mike Tomlin's job. That is
absolutely. They always call for his job. 4 weeks ago, he was Coach of the Year candidate. What is he?
4 weeks ago, you all was first in the division.
Right, but you see how Steeler fans do though. The same coach, probably with the same message. They've played Baltimore, a good team, Kansas City, a good team, Philly, maybe the best team. Who's starting Kenny Pickett this weekend?
Listen, man.
Hey, but real quick, we about to go ahead and take our last quick break and come back and finish out. So if you're watching on YouTube, stay with us. If you listen on the audio platform, we have to hear a few last words from our partners. We'll be right back after this. And we're back on the Homies Friday night. Your boy Tate with the homie Pay, B Dirt, Big G in the building, talking AFC North ball, talking about I guess Mike Tomlin's fired now. Seems to be the sentiment.
Well, like the chat is worried about Big G's health.
I've never said that Mike Tomlin's
chat's concerned about your health, Big G. Alicia wants you to calm down so you'll have a stroke.
I'm fine. But the problem, like I said, I've never said Mike Tomlin should be fired, but there should be some drastic changes, much needed changes.
Hey, thanks for the $4.99 super chat, Danny Lil John. Man,
He says, should the Steelers consider sitting TJ and Cam and bring them back for the playoffs? Hopefully JPJ get healthy in times for playoffs as well.
I think that's part of it too, Big G, the injury.
TJ's hurt. You can see it on the film.
They need a win. I think if they had to beat Kansas City, they could have potentially done that. I mean, but they messed any of those plans up when they lost to the Ravens the last time.
Yeah, if they beat the Ravens is the big one. Right.
So I don't know if they can. They want to go into the playoffs with a good win going into it with a win. I mean,
based on what goes on this weekend, the Bengals is fighting for their life too. So they're all hands on deck.
Right. I agree. And a good competitive game would be good. Mm-hmm. It's at home. You gotta get his fans something to cheer for going into the playoffs. I don't think they can sit. They can maybe sit Cam. He's an older guy. TJ, you spot playing. I don't think you benching. You let him get some reps. But if you got to play Preston Wilson, Herbig more, then you do that. Let him get some rest in game.
I mean, our defense is going to give you some yards and some points. I mean, that's just where the Bengals are at right now.
Right. No Joey Porter Jr. That means Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are going to eat
all day and night.
Going to eat.
And you know what? You know what defense the Steelers run more than anything, and they look horrible running? Shell. They run shell, and Cincinnati will kill shell. They will kill it.
I don't like that. I think that's Mike Tomlin interesting, but again, I'm ready to see something different with DC.
I got some live updates from some things we were talking about. I did quick crack research here, Tate. Going into the season, DraftKings had both the Cleveland Browns and the Steelers over under on wins for the season at 8.5. So they had them at a dead heat. Bleacher Report and ESPN both picked the Steelers third and the Browns fourth. So it's very close either way. The other part, seasons with running backs with over 1,500 yards in a season. The running backs have done it 4 times in the season: Walter Payton, Eric Dickerson, Edgerrin James, and King Henry.
James was definitely one. Yeah.
Only one running back has done it 5 times in a season, and that is Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. Okay. Okay.
Hey,
good research in show, B Dirt. See, we need you here, man.
I'm here. I'm back. Listen, we'll get into this at overtime, but I got the update right now for the pick'ems. I've got all of our winning percentages, and it's a close heat. It's anybody's ball game right now going in these last couple weeks.
Wow. I'm glad I didn't get to pick the Steelers this week.
Hey, look at the comment by Knight Rider, man.
Knight Rider.
I got it pulled up. It's right there. It was just there.
Oh,
that's not it?
The one right there.
Oh yeah, Brian Flores. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And guess what? Why did we let him go? It's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
He wasn't the defensive coordinator.
He wasn't your defensive coordinator.
He was the linebackers coach for the Steelers.
He wasn't a linebacker, so he was a defensive consultant.
Yep.
But he coached the linebackers.
He worked no. The guy they got from Seattle coached the linebackers. He was a first round pick from Alabama, I think. And then the one guy coached TJ now.
As far as the defensive scheme was concerned, he was a special consultant, and he locked in linebacker play.
Yeah,
but he was definitely a serviceable. He definitely was a serviceable guy. That if you put Terrell Austin right here and Flores right here, it's an apples to oranges. Flores should have been the DC.
I like the defensive style better. I do.
I do too, especially for the Steelers. But the Steelers don't follow. Look how long it took them to fire Matt Canada.
Yeah, it took them a while. Bengals do the same stuff, just in a worse way.
When you keep doing this, and keep doing the same thing and getting the same results, what's that called?
Swoozy Q says, "Pay is a few words." Gentlemen, we have to be better about this in overtime. Mama Dirt is here visiting from Ohio. I gotta go back out after this and listen to her go, why didn't you let Pay talk? Mom, I didn't do it. Big G was the one on the rant.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Sound like George Pickens. Sound like George Pickens, what he said in the interview right after the game. I'm just here so I won't get fined. Trade that bum, man. Get him out of here.
All right, Pay. Go ahead with your final thoughts on the AFC North, man.
Oh, wow. My only thought is that everything G said, I said months ago, and I was called a hater. I said the Steelers are a 10-win team. Hater. I said that every Steeler fan that has questions about Tomlin being a head coach, they're well within their right to have that, and they're actually correct. I'm a hater. I said Russell Wilson, when you put him as your starting quarterback, your sacks are going to go up. You're a hater. AG, about time. Welcome to be a Steelers hater.
I'm not a Steelers hater.
Oh no. The comment said you are, and you agree with everything I said. You're a hater.
But Pay, at one time a few weeks ago, you walked back some of that Steelers stuff.
I've never walked back. 2 weeks ago, G called me a hater because he got on his soapbox and said, "You called us a 10-win team. You're a hater." I'm like, "You are a 10-win team." You
weren't saying that it was 10-3, and you didn't say it during the year. You said one time you said Russ is not washed. You said that.
I walked that back. He's not washed. Maybe I was wrong about him being washed, but I didn't
walking it back.
I said maybe I was wrong. But what did I just say? Did I say he wasn't washed, or did I just say your sacks are going to go up with Russ back there? Because Russ, he looks for big plays and he holds the ball too long, and he can't escape pressure. And teams know that, and it'll come for him. That's what I said.
With four, Pay. With four, not even 5 or 6. With 4, they getting home. With 4.
Listen, Pay did say this. Pay, when you were 10-3, he did say you were a 10-win team. And then I went on to say that you were going to lose the next 2 for sure. And then, Tate, if you want to play that little video down there, because I don't have the power.
What video?
Looking to add new people.
We play next week, Big G.
I think the Philadelphia Eagles.
I'll tell you what, Big G. I'll do 15-15. I'll bet you straight up I'll take the Eagles and the Ravens against the Steelers.
Bet. That's a bet. That's a bet. Mark it down. Corner time. Yep. I owe.
So there's 30.
Yep. I owe.
Well, we better we better beat the Bengals next week so we're not a 10-win team.
His take on that 10-win team was what started that whole thing.
And you know what though?
Yeah, but when was that?
On 12-6.
It was right there in the video.
You were 10-3.
I promise you, moving forward, I promise you. With Pittsburgh Steelers from now on, from probably the rest of my life, I want to see the film. I got to see the film, man. Because a lot of these guys, man, rant and rave about what they think and feel and this and that and this. The film don't lie, man. And the film is telling a lot of truths, man. A lot of truths on it. A lot of truths. The film, man. And Pay and B-Dirt, y'all absolutely right. The buck stops and starts with Mike Tomlin. He got a contract extension. What are you doing? The buck stops and starts with Mike Tomlin. He got a contract extension even before his contract was up. Hey, it's your job to get better coaches in there. You got to work with Omar Khan. You got to do what you need to do to help this organization. It's your job to evaluate players better. It's your job to make sure that players put a better product on the field and hold those players accountable for what they're doing on the field. So the buck stops and in. It's not Mr. Rooney's responsibility. Mr. Rooney's job is just to supply what he needs to supply. It starts and ends with Mike Tomlin. They're giving that mantle to him. Mike, what you going to do, coach? What you going to do? I'm going to tell the truth when it's the truth, but when it's bad, I'm going to tell the truth too. And people from Pittsburgh might as well get used to it because the film don't lie, bro. The film tells everything.
I agree. Big G, so Fields was 4-2, Russ is 6-4. Would the Steelers have been better if they just stayed with Fields?
That's hard to evaluate, man. It's hard to evaluate because of the teams that Russ played against versus the teams that Justin played against. And what would Justin have looked like if he would have been able to prepare for big games that he had coming down the stretch? They had a couple of games in the very first 6, but it wasn't really huge games. What would he have looked like? So it's hard to evaluate.
I tell you what, right off the rip, I think there would have been big plays to be had where Russ took sacks and Justin could have escaped and made something happen. I think that much. But with that being said, we're gonna jump on out of here and get on overtime. B Dirt, what's going on overtime, man? You the captain of the ship, the conductor of the train, the pilot of the flight. What's going on, man?
Yeah, you know, I did allude to the fact that we're going to get into the pick'ems, do our picks, and talk about where everybody stands for the season. Going to talk a little bit more in depth about the NFL versus the NBA on the Christmas Day and some of those numbers that were put out there for viewing. And you know, we're going to do some power rankings and kind of our normal stuff.
Okay, well, let's get on out of here and head over there right now. Pay, go ahead and close the show, man.
Arrest Brett Favre.